The convergence point. The vast emptiness of space stretched out before the Earth vessel Pathfinder as it pushed deeper into the uncharted regions beyond the Kuiper Belt. Captain Maya Rice stood on the bridge, her dark eyes fixed on the main view screen where distant stars glittered like scattered diamonds against the cosmic void. After 6 months in deep space, the crew of 35 had settled into a comfortable routine, but Maya could sense the growing restlessness. Humanity's most advanced exploration vessel had yet to find anything truly remarkable. "Captain, we're picking up something unusual," Lieutenant Farzan Nazari announced from the sensor station. His fingers danced across the holographic interface, isolating a signal pattern that pulsed across the screen in irregular intervals. "It's not matching any known pattern in our database." Maya moved to his station, studying the readout with narrowed eyes. "Natural phenomenon." "Negative," Farzan replied, his excitement barely contained. "The pattern shows clear signs of intelligent design." "It's artificial, Captain." Dr. Eliza Chen, the ship's xenobiologist, joined them at the console. "If that's a communication attempt, it's unlike anything we theorized. The sequence contains mathematical constants that would be universal, but arranged in a way that suggests." "Suggests what?" Maya prompted when Eliza fell silent. "A warning," Eliza finished, her voice dropping. "Or a distress call." Maya straightened. Decision made. "Plot and intercept course, Lieutenant Nazari. Full sensor sweep. I want to know what we're heading into before we get there." The Pathfinder altered course, its revolutionary fusion drive pushing it through space at speeds that would have been impossible just a decade earlier. As they approached the signal's origin, tension mounted on the bridge. Humanity had yet to make contact with an alien civilization, despite decades of searching. The possibility that they might be the first hung in the air, unspoken but electrifying. "Contact, bearing 173 Mark IV, announced Tactical Officer Wei. "It's massive, Captain." The view screen shifted, revealing a vessel that dwarfed the Pathfinder. Its design defied human engineering principles, asymmetrical with what appeared to be organic components integrated into a metallic framework. Lights pulsed along its hull in patterns that matched the signal they'd been tracking. "Fascinating," breathed Dr. Chen. "It appears to be partially biomechanical." "Are they scanning us?" Maya asked, never taking her eyes off the alien vessel. "Yes, but," Wei frowned at his readouts, "the scan is unlike anything in our records. It seems to be penetrating our shields without difficulty." Maya's hand instinctively moved to the emergency protocols panel. First contact situations had been theorized and planned for, but facing the reality was another matter entirely. "Open a channel, all frequencies, universal greeting package." "Channel open," confirmed Communications Officer Patel. Maya stepped forward. "This is Captain Maya Rice of the Earth vessel Pathfinder. We come in peace and friendship, seeking knowledge and—" The view screen flickered, cutting her off. The image of the alien ship disappeared, replaced by a humanoid figure unlike anything Maya had seen before. Its skin was iridescent, shifting colors like an oil slick in sunlight. 4 eyes, arranged in a diamond pattern, blinked independently. When it spoke, the voice emerged as a series of harmonic tones that the ship's computer struggled to translate. "Earth vessel." The translation finally came through, stilted and mechanical. "You have entered danger zone. Your technology primitive. Your shields inadequate. The void comes." Maya exchanged glances with her senior officers before responding. "We don't understand. What danger? What is the void?" The alien's colors shifted to deeper blues and purples. "I am Commander Valtzer of the Vraxian collective vessel Corvash. Your species unknown to us. How you survived this close to convergence point is unexpected." "Convergence point," Maya repeated. "Where realities thin," Valtzer replied. "Where they enter. The void spawn consume worlds, civilizations. We monitor. We fight. We lose." The alien paused, all four eyes focusing simultaneously on Maya for the first time. Your vessel's energy signature is familiar yet different. You use fusion. Maya nodded cautiously. Yes, our latest technology. Primitive, Valkser repeated, but the tone had changed. Yet you are here, unharmed. Interesting. Permission to send delegation to your vessel. Discussion necessary. Maya considered for only a moment. This was exactly what Pathfinder had been sent to find. Contact with intelligent life. Permission granted. We'll prepare a reception area with atmospheric conditions matching your vessel. The delegation arrived an hour later in what appeared to be environmental suits that shifted and moved like living tissue. Valkser was accompanied by two other Vraxians, each carrying devices that continuously scanned their surroundings. Maya had assembled her senior staff in the conference room, which had been adjusted to accommodate the visitors. Your technology is simple, Valkser stated without preamble after introductions were complete, yet effective. Curious. Dr. Chen leaned forward. We've developed our technology independently, without outside influence. Perhaps that's why it seems different to you. Not different. Unexpected, corrected one of the other Vraxians, identified as Science Director Nix. Most species follow predictable technological paths. Yours is divergent. Maya steered the conversation to practical matters. You mentioned a threat, the void spawn. Can you elaborate? The Vraxians exchanged what Maya interpreted as concerned glances before Valkser activated a holographic projector. A three-dimensional image appeared above the conference table, a swirling mass of darkness peppered with points of light that seemed to be going out one by one. Galactic map, Valkser explained. Each light, a civilization. The darkness, the void spawn. They come from outside, from between. They consume energy, life, reality itself. 57 civilizations lost in last cycle. Vraxian collective fights, contains, but cannot eliminate. The implications were staggering. Maya studied the map, noting that the darkness was spreading in a pattern toward a region of space that included Earth's solar system. How long? She asked simply. At current rate of expansion, 3 of your Earth years before they reach your system, answered Nix. Unless contained. Science Director Nix approached Maya with a device resembling a crystal sphere. May I? Without waiting for permission, the Vraxian held it near Maya's head. The sphere glowed with an intense blue light. Nix made a sound that the translator didn't catch, then repeated the process with each human in the room. Each time, the sphere glowed blue. Explain, demanded Maya, uncomfortable with the uninvited scanning. Remarkable, Nix said, ignoring her demand temporarily. All of you, resistant. This explains how your ships approach convergence point without crew madness. Madness? Dr. Chen asked. Void spawn influence minds, Valkser explained. Proximity causes insanity in most species. Protective technology required. The commander gestured to their suits. Your species appears naturally resistant. Unprecedented. The revelation hung in the air. Maya considered the implications. If humans possessed some natural resistance to these void spawn, it could explain why their exploration ships had successfully ventured into regions that the Vraxians considered dangerous. If what you're saying is true, Maya began carefully, then humanity might be able to help in your containment efforts. Precisely our conclusion, Valkser confirmed. Proposal. Alliance. Share technology. Vraxians provide advanced systems. Humans provide resistance, new perspective. Together, develop more effective countermeasures against void spawn. Maya's first officer, Commander Rodriguez, leaned close to her. Captain, this is moving very quickly. We should consult with Earth Command. Earth Command is months away by communication. Maya reminded him quietly. And if these void spawn are the threat the Vraxians believe them to be, we don't have the luxury of delay. She turned back to Valkser. We'll need to verify your claims, understand more about these void spawn, and the nature of human resistance. Acceptable, Valtzer agreed. Proposal: Pathfinder accompanies Corvash to Vraxian homeworld. Present findings to Collective Council. Demonstrate human resistance capabilities. Maya didn't need long to make her decision. This was potentially the most significant first contact in human history, and the threat described could endanger Earth itself. Agreed. We'll set course immediately. As the Pathfinder prepared to follow the Vraxian vessel into uncharted space, Maya stood alone in her ready room, staring at the stars. They had come seeking knowledge, perhaps even friendship with alien species. Instead, they had found a galactic war and discovered that humans might possess a unique ability that could turn the tide. The implications were as terrifying as they were exhilarating. "Captain to bridge," she said, tapping her communicator. "Set course to follow the Corvash. We're about to see parts of the universe no human has ever witnessed." Little did Maya know that humanity's first steps into the galactic community would reveal capabilities within her species that would forever change their place in the cosmic order. Unforeseen potential. The journey to the Vraxian homeworld took 3 weeks by Earth reckoning, though Maya suspected the alien vessel was deliberately traveling slower than its maximum capacity. The Corvash led them through regions of space that defied conventional understanding, areas where sensor readings fluctuated wildly, and the stars themselves seemed to shimmer like mirages in a desert. "It's as if the fabric of space-time is thinner here," remarked Chief Engineer Ortiz as they passed through what the Vraxians called a harmonic zone. "Our instruments are detecting quantum fluctuations that shouldn't be possible." Maya nodded, watching as strange lights danced across the view screen, visible only for milliseconds before disappearing. The Vraxians call these boundary regions. According to them, they're natural weak points between our reality and whatever exists beyond. "Where the void spawn come from," Dr. Chen added quietly. The Vraxian homeworld, Vrax Prime, orbited a binary star system, one blue-white giant and one red dwarf locked in an eternal gravitational dance. The planet itself was shrouded in defensive systems so advanced they made Earth's orbital defenses look primitive by comparison. "Impressive," Lieutenant Wei commented as they approached. "Those energy fields could probably withstand a supernova. And yet they're still losing ground against the void spawn," Maya reminded him soberly. The Pathfinder was directed to a massive orbital station that served as a diplomatic hub for the 19 species that comprised the Vraxian collective. As the first humans to set foot on an alien installation, Maya and her team were acutely aware of the historic nature of the moment. The Grand Assembly Chamber held representatives from all 19 species, each more alien than the last. Some floated in specially designed tanks, others shuffled on multiple limbs, and a few existed as what appeared to be pure energy contained in mechanical shells. All eyes, sensory organs, or perception devices turned to the humans as they entered. "Valtzer of Corvash presence, humans of planet Earth," announced a booming voice that resonated in Maya's mind rather than her ears. "Species unknown to the collective until now. Species with natural void resistance." Murmurs, or their equivalent, rippled through the assembly. Maya stepped forward, her voice clear and confident despite the intimidating audience. "I am Captain Maya Reyes of Earth Vessel Pathfinder. We come in peace and mutual interest. We've learned of the threat posed by the void spawn and wish to understand how we might contribute to the common defense." The being identified as the High Counselor, a tall, crystalline entity that refracted light in mesmerizing patterns, approached. "Your arrival is fortuitous, humans. The void spawn advance accelerates. 17 worlds lost in previous cycle. 4 already in this one. Your natural resistance offers possibility." Over the next several days, the humans underwent extensive testing. Dr. Chen worked alongside Vraxian scientists to understand the biological basis for the human resistance to void influence. The results were surprising to both parties. "It appears to be linked to human neural architecture," Dr. Chen explained to Maya in their temporary quarters. "Specifically, our brain's unique capacity for abstract thought and creative problem-solving." The void spawn influence works by creating patterns that override logical thought processes, but human minds naturally resist pattern imposition. Our stubborn, unpredictable thinking is actually an advantage, Maya summarized with a slight smile. Precisely. The Vraxians are fascinated because their species evolved with highly ordered, logical thought processes. Most species in the collective did. Apparently, the chaotic, intuitive leaps that characterize human thought are quite rare. This discovery led to an unexpected opportunity. The Vraxians had developed technology to combat the void spawn. Weapons that disrupted their cohesion, shields that blocked their influence. But these systems were difficult to operate near convergence points, where void influence was strongest. Crew members required extensive conditioning and protective equipment, which limited their effectiveness. When Engineer Ortiz casually suggested allowing humans to operate these systems, the Vraxians were skeptical but desperate enough to try. The results exceeded all expectations. "I don't understand," Ortiz told Maya after successfully operating a void shield generator without protective equipment. "The interface just makes sense to me. It's like it responds to intention rather than specific commands." Science Director Nix, who had been observing, made that untranslatable sound again, which Maya now recognized as something like astonishment. The technology is partially consciousness responsive. Most species require years of training to achieve basic operation. Engineer Ortiz achieved 87% efficiency on first attempt. Similar results occurred as more of the Pathfinder crew experimented with Vraxian technology. Humans, it seemed, had an innate ability to adapt to and operate the semi-organic technology the collective had developed to fight the void spawn. The true test came sooner than anyone expected. Alarms blared throughout the orbital station, and the view screen in the laboratory where Maya was working suddenly displayed a swirling mass of darkness approaching the system. "Void spawn attack," Nick stated, colors shifting rapidly across their skin in what Maya now recognized as extreme stress. "Larger than anticipated. Defenses may be insufficient." The collective's defense fleet mobilized, but communications were already being disrupted. Maya watched the tactical display with growing concern as the darkness enveloped the first line of defense ships. "Your vessel must retreat," Valxer told Maya as they hurried toward the command center. "You are not equipped for this battle." "Maybe not conventionally," Maya agreed, "but if human resistance is as significant as your tests suggest, we might be able to help. Let us crew one of your defense platforms." The suggestion was radical, but the situation was deteriorating rapidly. After brief consultation with the High Counselor, Valxer agreed. Maya selected her best officers, Ortiz, Wei, Nazari, and herself, to operate the platform closest to the convergence point where the void spawn were emerging. The platform's regular crew evacuated, looking both relieved and skeptical as the humans took their stations. "This is insane," Wei muttered as he familiarized himself with the weapon systems. 3 days of practice, and we're facing an interdimensional threat. "Sometimes the best solutions are the insane ones," Maya replied, settling into the command position. The interface responded to her thoughts, displaying tactical information directly into her mind. Humanity's greatest strength has always been adaptation under pressure. Let's show the collective what that means. As the void spawn approached, Maya made a decision that violated all standard collective tactics. Instead of maintaining distance and firing from range, she ordered the platform to move closer to the convergence point. "Captain," Nazari exclaimed, "we're heading directly toward the highest concentration of void entities." "Exactly," Maya confirmed. "Their patterns suggest they don't expect an attack from this vector. They've never encountered a crew that could function this close to the convergence." The gamble paid off. The platform's weapons, guided by Wei's intuitive adjustments rather than prescribed protocols, tore through the void spawn's flank. The creatures, if they could be called that, seemed to recoil in confusion, their coordinated attack faltering. They're telepathically linked, Maya realized as the tactical display showed the disruption spreading through the void spawn forces. "Target the larger nodes. There the coordination centers. For 6 grueling hours, the battle rage. The human-operated platform became the spearhead of a counterattack that drove the void spawn back toward the convergence point. When the Vraxian flagship finally managed to deploy its reality anchor, a device designed to seal temporary rifts, the victory was decisive. As the platform docked with the orbital station, the humans were met with something they hadn't expected from the logical, reserved Vraxians: celebration. The crystalline High Counselor's voice resonated with emotion as they addressed the assembled collective representatives. Today marks a turning point. The humans' resistance, their adaptability, their capacity for unpredictable action. These qualities have proven more valuable than centuries of technological advancement. We propose full alliance status for Earth, immediate technology exchange, and joint development of new defense systems incorporating human neural architecture. The vote was unanimous. Earth would join the Vraxian Collective as its 20th member world, with all the protections and responsibilities that entailed. In her quarters later, Maya composed the message that would be sent back to Earth. How could she possibly convey the magnitude of what had transpired? Humanity had not only made first contact, but had demonstrated value that earned them a place among advanced civilizations facing an existential threat. "Captain," Ortiz called from the doorway, "the Vraxians want to begin outfitting Pathfinder with their shield technology immediately. They're saying we could be ready to return to Earth in less than a week, at speeds we couldn't have imagined." Maya nodded, setting aside her message for now. "Tell them we're ready whenever they are. Earth needs to know what's coming, and what we've discovered about ourselves." As Ortiz left, Maya turned to look out the viewport at the alien stars. Humanity had always wondered if they were alone in the universe, if they would matter in the grand scheme of cosmic civilization. The answer, it seemed, was more profound than anyone could have anticipated. Humans weren't just participants in the galactic community, they were potentially its saviors, possessing unique qualities that even vastly more advanced species lacked. The void spawn were still out there, still advancing. But for the first time in generations, the collective had hope, and humanity had found its place among the stars, not through conquest or technological superiority, but through the very traits that made them human: adaptability, creativity, and the stubborn refusal to follow predictable patterns. Maya smiled as she returned to her message. Earth was about to learn that the universe was stranger, more dangerous, and more wonderful than anyone had imagined, and that humanity's greatest strengths lay in qualities they had taken for granted all along.